as you know, and we have already explained in past also, that Easy Knowledge Club is a community which believes that learning should be very simple and practical and very easily accessible. So with this cause, we are coming up with this community. This is a community with founders, investors, and uh, industry experts, professionals, mentors who are there to share their valuable knowledge with the founders and community, so that everybody can be benefited with the sharing of their knowledge. Uh, I also want to share one update with you all. Uh, Recently, I was just going through the app, and I'm very happy to share with you all that we have reached 300 plus founders registrations on our website. As you know, that we are reachable at website and the mobile app both. So you can be a part of this vibrant community with the mobile app. Not taking much time. Let's talk about the topic. So, Arnav Gupta is here with us for taking this wonderful session and talking much about the AI and the shift of infrastructure from the uh, hard infrastructure from the to the AI. So it's going to be a very wonderful session. So to you, I'm just passing this to you, Arnav. Please take it forward. Thank you all.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you so much for hosting me. I would love to introduce myself. I'm Arnav, and I'm the founder of We360.ai. We are an AI platform where we help companies manage their employees' productivity. So consider this as a Fitbit for enterprises, where enterprises want to understand how productive their team members is, and that's essentially what we do. I have been building into the space for almost roughly 4.5 years. I'm very proud to say that we have grown a lot over the years. We have raised multiple VC round as well, and now we are looking to target more into the US markets. But yes, I think enough about myself, but I would love to take this opportunity to share with everyone my, I would say, limited knowledge on AI, because every, I would say, 5 to 6 hours something new is happening. So it's very difficult for anyone to stay updated on the latest trends. But what I have done today is I have prepared a small presentation just for everyone to understand what's happening in AI and how the infrastructure layer is changing. I would love to talk more on that. Let me quickly share my screen. The biggest change since the internet. What does that exactly mean? I think even I was too small at that time when 2000.com started and busted. People often call that as a .com bust, but I honestly take it as something which was not busted, because we all live in the internet phases. My family had a personal thing in the internet era, because my father used to run a ISP business back in 2000, and we used to deliver these ISP nodes to different people all around, some to companies, some to individual homes as well. And the business was growing really well, and there were few acquisition offers as well. And I don't know if you all are aware, but during that time it was similar to what we're experiencing right now, where everything was going on the internet. Everyone wanted to be on internet, everyone was registering their websites for the first time. Now we know that whenever we want to search about anyone, the first thing we do is we go to their website. During that time, people were registering their first websites, and being the first ISP, we had a privilege of registering a lot of well-known websites in India as well. For example, madhyapradesh.com was registered by our ISP, MP Tourism was registered by our ICP and ISP, and many others. But so the thing is, everyone was trying to be on the internet because they were like, hey, this is something where everyone is moving forward, let us also do that. But nobody actually understood during that time. Very less people understood that what's the potential of internet. I think we are living in similar times. Everyone wants to have AI features into their product. Everyone wants to use AI. Everyone wants to have that lingo, but very few people understand how this shift is really evolving. So today in this quick session, we're trying to understand a field guide in terms of how people are using the tools, how are agents redefining, and how the work gets done in 2026. Uh, moving forward, yeah. Moving forward, I think every era runs on its own infrastructure. There are steam, which is, obviously built factories and reorganized labor. There is electricity, which built cities and powered the industries, as we all know. And there is the internet, which built the digital economy. I think the fourth pillar, the era which is there, is the AI era, which is the layer where everything else is built upon. I think, as you can also understand, that we are at a similar 1995 moment where everyone is trying to be at least early in terms of betting on this, but people are late enough to understand that it's a real risk. The question is no longer should we use AI, but what do we build on top of it? It's mentioned here as well. And I think that's a very important question where I think the question is no longer should we use AI, but everyone wants to understand what should we do with this. It's similar to internet, right? Everyone wanted to understand, hey, should we on internet? And then 10 years later, everyone was talking about what should we do here. And then that's how the evolution started. Social media started, companies like Meta, they all were built. Companies like Google were built on the internet, and they're still ruling the world. So as you see, that the companies who took huge risk in 1995 in the internet.com, they are currently the largest companies. When you look at Netflix, when you look at Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, when you look at Google, or when you look at Amazon, these were all built on the internet era, right? There was the stream era of, John D. Rockefeller and, people older than that. But now is our fourth era, which is the AI era, right? That is where I feel companies like Google, etc., although they are moving at a quick pace, but this is the time where the next set of trillion-dollar companies will be created. And that is what I would love to talk about today. I think the phase one of AI was in 2023, when, 2022 or 3, when ChatGPT was very new. People started to use, and, people started to chat with it. And then, there were n number of things people started to do. And I think people were understanding it. But now I think we are in an era where, even my parents, who I would think not as internet savvy as we all are, even they are using AI at least on a day-to-day basis, and that's a major adoption. And in the phase two, we feel that just like cloud or electricity, for 40% of the perfect. So I think that's what we were talking about. That in 2026, even enterprises are using this AI infrastructure. Gartner, which is one of the well-known agencies out there, they have clearly stated that by the end of 2026, 40% of enterprise application will be shipped with task-specific AI agents, and that's massive. Back last year, only 5% of the apps to 40% is a massive, massive jump. And I think, as we all can clearly look at here, that enterprises are not only using AI but actively deploying AI inside their applications to even ship software. So I think that's one of the biggest pattern out there. Earlier, people were just shipping features, but now AI is the foundation layer where things are built upon. Yeah. Going forward, I think we can also even follow the money as well. $1 trillion were spent only in 2026 in the data center capacity. Now, I think what we can also assume, that Goldman Sachs has computed that almost 7.6 trillion would be spent by 2031. I think what I think these are very big numbers, but the way we should understand them is, why are data centers being built? I think it's a very important question, because right now everything is running on AI. We are, using AI, we are using Chat GPT, etc. But these guys are making losses, and it is not a sustainable manner. The only way the AI softwares and these AI LLMs can build money is when the token cost goes down. And token cost can only go down when the supply increases. And that's the reason why everyone is rushing to build data centers. Even in Bhopal, Control is building one of the largest data centers of India, and they are spending almost close to $300 million in the IT part just to build data centers. It's becoming one of the biggest data centers of India. So as we can see, everyone is trying to build the capacity so that their cost can go down. And that's one of the reasons why we can see data centers popping all around the world. Going forward, we can also see that frontier models are now becoming a commodity. For example, if we talk about Claude's frontier model, which is 4.8, or Gemini's 3.1 Pro, we all have them, right? It's not something where people are paying 100 times extra to use that model. Right now it's more as a commodity because all the models are somewhere near to each other. It's not like what Gemini can do Opus cannot, or what Chat GPT can do Gemini cannot. So it's more of a commodity. Everyone is trying to do same things. I mean, for the work we all are doing, even if we go to Claude or Gemini, I think results are going to be very similar. And that's one of the reasons why prices have collapsed. If you can see, the price of the tokens which were there in 2022, it has collapsed and the intelligence has increased, which is a very, very good sign. What that means is that we are getting much more intelligence at a much affordable rate. And that is the foundation on which this infrastructure is going to be built upon. Going forward, you can see that from chatbots to agent journey. uh, I think that is where we are right now. I think even agents are now the older pitch which happened last year, but now there is agent orchestration. What this exactly means is, if you all know, in the first era of LLMs, chatbots, right, we were asking questions and we were getting those answers, right? It was a mostly a single turn passive approach where we used to understand a topic or a question about certain things and then we would get answers. But the next shift started last year, which was the agentic era, where now this AI can understand goals, plan, and start making and taking actions. And that is where these things have rapidly changed, where now whatever redundant work I used to do in my company, I can forward this to an agent. But I think in 2026, the era is of agent orchestration. What this means is now we are no longer having one agent to do work. We are having teams and pools of agents who can do simultaneous work together. For example, in Claude Code, you can start running an agent orchestration code right now, where for a simple task or a simple process of, let's say, designing a social media poster, there can be multiple agents which can be deployed and they will be able to do the work together. And that is where this evolution is going forward. Agents by number, you can see 40% of enterprise apps are shipping with agents. 88% of early adopters are reporting positive ROI, and I think 11% are currently running in production. I think there are few problems here as well. One of the metric which is being missed here is, although early adopters are reporting positive ROI, but the thing is people are only early adopters are doing that, not the second adopters. What this means is, even though enterprise apps are built by AI and shipped with AI features, but in lot of cases these apps are not being reused over and over again, which is a major problem, and that is where agent orchestration comes in place. Although these apps have been put in with the agents are being pushed, but now we need to push this production up. Right now only 11% of apps are in production. What this means is, although people have deployed a lot of agents, but very less part of these agents are actually live, and scaling is the biggest hard part. That is where I think we should all focus on. How do we improve the adoption? How do we run the production? That is where we will see the world slowly going forward. You can also see that agentic spend only in 2026 has been projected to about $200 billion, which is a rough increase of 141% is just one single year. If you all are not trying to use agents already, I would highly recommend you to go to Claude Code and start using these agents. After this presentation, I can also run a quick drop down on how people can use Claude or other AI softwares to do their work. Going forward, I think the turnkey platforms, which is the enterprise grade software, which is Salesforce, Microsoft Agent, and Google Anti-Gravity, they're all pioneering the agent era. There is a connective tissue MCP. Now, this is very important. Uh, uh, can Since this is not an interactive session, but I will still try to understand how many of the people actually know what is MCP. So consider MCP in a way where MCP is the protocol where two things AI specific can talk to each other. For example, I have connected my personal Slack, my personal Gmail with Claude via an MCP server. Now, what this means is, automatically Claude is able to get information from my Slack, which is my communication software, and my Gmail, which is my emailing software, and I can query that data upon. And MCP is actually massive because now AI is not standalone, it is integrated with your overall life. For example, right now I am also using OpenAI's API's keys to build certain software, which is OpenClaw. I'm using my OpenAI key into OpenClaw. Now, what OpenClaw has done is it has connected through my WhatsApp, it has connected through Telegram, it has connected through my Amazon, it has connected to every other software out there, and it slowly has started to become my personal assistant for anything I want to know, because now it is interacting with my calendar, it is interacting with my Gmail. I can send out an email, it can help me triage my inbox and n number of things, which I can even show in a demo after this as well. But that is where we are. The race is slowly moving from single agents to now orchestrated team of specialized agents, and that is where now that is what I am predicting, that eventually, if $100 billion company was built by 1,000 people, in the AI era, not more than 15 or 20 people would require to build that type of size of companies, because now people can be working simultaneously parallel with these orchestrated agents and do 10x the work which was being done before. Going on, I think uh, it has been kind of nightmarish for software developers who are on the lower end of skills, because now everyone can do whatever everyone else is doing, right? For example, if I pick 10 software engineers from 10 premium colleges, there is not much difference from them. Everyone can basically do what everyone else is doing with the help of vibe coding, which is massive. Now, a solo founder can ship working product in an afternoon. I have done this myself. I have launched lot of small solve softwares mostly for myself, where it can help me understand myself. For example, just last month, I launched my first small product, which is internal to me, where I track my meals and I track my routine and I track my healthy lifestyle and I track my exercises. It automatically recommends him. It's a small agent which I've built for myself, and it recommends me what to eat, what to exercise, etc., etc. So now solo founders can start building and shipping production ready apps in an afternoon, which was impossible ago. Earlier, if you go even 5 years, if you go 5 years behind, you can clearly see that earlier, if someone wanted to build something, they wanted a GitHub account, they wanted a cloud, they wanted a number of things, they wanted a front end engineer, they wanted a back end engineer, even full stack engineer wanted to want have five different things. But now, considering me with no technical knowledge, even I can achieve things which earlier were impossible, which is massive, which unlocks a complete new horizon of opportunity for everyone. I think you all should, present in the call, and whoever is viewing this, live or pre-recorded, I think I would definitely want you all to just get an idea, get some creativity, what can be built, and start building it with Claude. I think you don't even have to spend any number of money. There are softwares like Vercel, where you can host your tool. There are software like Supabase, which will help you for a database, and I think everything can be self-automated. I think going forward, there are multiple use cases which are actively rife right now. For example, healthcare. I think clinical documentation agents are now saving almost 66 minutes per day in documentation time. This is prevalent in US. People say ki, AI is being everywhere, but where is it used? But I think there are multiple cases. Healthcare in US, if you go to any modern hospital in US, you can easily see that the clinical documentation part the agent is only handling, which is saving tons of money for the healthcare industry. You can also see that the Fortune 500 reporting, the companies who are into Fortune 500, the reporting time is also cut down. A basic report which needs to be prepared used to cost $2,000. Now it's costing $9 with the help of AI. And I think customer service, I don't think so. Even I have to talk about it. The response times have gone down. Customer agents are now deployed everywhere, from Zomato to even Urban Clap in India. There is customer agents everywhere, because it makes sense, because these customer agents are able to understand the problem in a much better way. They're able to route the problem in a much better way, and then they also don't get frustrated with day-to-day queries, and they can work 24/7. I think it's best of both worlds. But still, what I feel is in future, if I want to predict, I think the things which required, for example, developers or loan writing, underwriting agents, or these IT managers or network managers, I think all these IT and tech jobs will be really impacted with the help of AI, because now whatever a senior technician can do, a junior technician with the help of AI can achieve as well. In future, what I predict, the jobs such as plumbing, carpentry, which are not, at least in India, considered to be high paid jobs, I think their demand will rapidly increase, because these are the jobs which I think at least in the next 25, 30 years, AI cannot replace. I mean, no agent is going to come to my home and fix a tap. And that is where I think now specialization is going forward. Even though AI can help a lot in the digital world for us to solve digital problems, but still in the physical world, I still feel we're at least 10 years, behind than where we should be there to actually do things in real life. There are robots which are there, but I still think it's going to take a long, long time till they become mainstream. For now, I think use cases are multiply expanding. In legal, there is a huge use case of AI. AI is able to understand the problems very well and consult people. Even in healthcare, even in India as well, if I have a minor thing which I want to talk about, I might probably just click a picture and send it to AI. I'm sure we all do that here. And I think that is the AI adoption we're talking about. I think even for doctors who are not specialized, even their work is getting impacted. I have actually spoken to multiple doctors who run these small clinics for general physicians. Their business has gone down because earlier people used to come to them, ask for 500 rupees consultation and understand things. Now AI is able to do everything on the tap of their hands. But where things have really gone up is the specialized people. People who are doing specialized surgeries, specialized heart surgeries, their demand is not going anywhere away. So I will leave, everyone, here today with the thought that although AI is changing the world, we all know, but we all should definitely think about that. How should we use AI? Where can AI be deployed? I think we are still at the surface. There is still a lot to deep dive. People have not realized the capabilities and potential of AI, and I think the time will tell how people start, creatively using AI. But I think as an infrastructure level, we can see rapid improvement. So I think that was my short deck, and
Discussion, and I really want to thank Arnav that he accepted the invitation and spent his valuable time with us. Okay.
my pleasure. So good. Thank you so much for
Thank
having me.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.